Hello and welcome to the Essentials.tf 6v6 Summer Brawl Round 7, powered by Gladiator.tf. Sammakot versus G6. I'm Eames, and I'm pleased to be joined by Condog, my
Hi,
co-host
Eames.
tonight, co-caster. How you doing, Condog?
Yeah, not too bad. You nailed that little read of the Twitch title. That was pretty impressive.
Thank you. I read all of the words out, and now we know what's happening. So it's Sammakot versus G6. Who are these teams, and what can you tell me about them?
Eames, I know you've been out of the game for a while, but I'm sure there are some familiar names on the server. I mean, I'm sure you remember Seeds. You know, you're a huge fan of him, I'm sure.
Indeed.
There's a couple newcomers on the server. You know, I'm a big fan of QG. He's not quite cracked top prem yet, but he's going to get there in the few seasons. You know what I mean? He's one of my star players to keep an eye on tonight, if you will.
And that's on Pocket Scout, is it, or flank?
Honestly, who knows? Because it's a bit of a mixed team. He's known to be a bit of a pocket scout. He's also a very good sniper. Although on Bagel, I mean, we'll come to the maps in a minute, but probably won't be seeing that tonight, right?
No, probably not on Bagel. I mean, I'm not hugely experienced with this map, but it definitely doesn't seem like a sniper map to me. It seems a bit more fast-paced. And to be honest, we might not be seeing too much flank scouting anyway, given that it is Koth, and kind of both scouts could play with a med, couldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, Bagel plays a little bit differently. Obviously, you've been out of the game for a while. You know, you say you played it in a French mix or two, right?
Yeah, back in the day, you know, in pugs, you know.
Bagel's, it's not quite your standard Koth map, you know. Normally you see, you know, all beam on the scouts, 2 pocket scouts. Whereas Bagel, it feels like it's more soldier heavy, you know, you're sort of doing stuff with the houses. Demo can just kind of dominate the point. So I think, I'm not too sure we'll be seeing too much domination from the scouts as you might expect on like a product.
Okay, fair enough, interesting. And does that mean, do scouts push flank on this map more then?
Yeah, there's a lot of like these plays where, you know, I remember back in the days, Tiger and Ams, they just shove down the left house, go all the way behind, get a little bit crazy with it. You know what I mean? You'll see a lot of scout baiting the point, but apart from that, it's a lot focus on the houses.
Right. And so let's keep going down the roster, shall we? Who else are the ones to watch in your view?
I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I don't know who Gibbswagon is. I've never seen this name in my life.
Could be an up-and-comer.
Could be. Is he wearing a gibbous? I think that could be. He's not wearing a gibbous, so he's not truly in character.
Falling off the wagon with the gibbous.
Yeah. Who else are any up and comers on this roster? I mean, QB's here today. Obviously of fourth fence. Fourth fence, is that what they're called? The French team.
Yeah.
They've come second a few times. Did very well at Poland recently. So yeah, QB is an absolute star on the server, it has to be said.
Right, well, there is one player who I do know very well, and that's Trum, the Hungarian medic for, what are they called? What is it? G6, right, exactly. He's a standout player. I'm sure he'll be, you know, having a great impact on this game. He's got great calls, great mechanics, and he's just a joy to play with, Condog. So hopefully...
Is he really?
Oh, yeah. He's a funny guy.
I'm no great with the old sarcasm thing, Eames, but I just feel like there's something there.
No. He is.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes he's a bit chaotic, but no, he's. I've had many a fantastic season playing with Trump.
Yeah, but I mean, you throw him together with Dagger, and it could become a little bit of chaos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Hungarian dynamic duo.
Is Seager? Is he Hungarian as well? It's quite an Eastern European team, I think.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
No, bit out of picture.
Alien though is French. Gibbswagon is an unknown, and
dude, I cannot wait for Gibbswagon. I cannot wait for what he's going to bring.
I think, yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be like a troll, right? He's going to be. I mean, they've done well, right? This is playoff contention. Is what we've heard.
I mean, I'm watching him here. Oh, yeah, we should talk about the points in the round. In fact, I think we're going live pretty soon. But so let's remind our viewers of what the stakes are here. So who's ahead in the points?
That's a great question, which I don't know the answer to. I think it's G6. G6 are 2 points ahead. 2 points are a win, 1 point for a draw. So pretty much whichever team takes us tonight are all that we're caring about, really.
Okay, well, we hear it's not live soon, but nevertheless, we will remind our viewers that Sammakot are 2 points down relative to G6. Okay, and so basically, one or other of the teams can get the 4th spot in the top 4 and make it through to the playoffs. and that means that Sammakot cannot lose. And in fact, they have to win this map because obviously you can't. No, there's no draws in Koth. So Sammakot has to win this map, otherwise they're out.
Yep, they got a lot to do, and obviously if they take that 4th spot, they'll be going into the lower bracket of the playoffs, which it is, I believe, single elimination, right? If you lose, you're out, pretty much. Oh no, it's double elim, what the hell am I saying? But they're going into the lower bracket, and yeah, if they lose their next game as well, then it's curtains for them, you know what I mean?
No, I think they go straight into the lower bracket, right? So it is single elim for them at that point.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, but they can still make it all the way through. Maybe they will have learned things from the playoffs. Maybe they will have come together as a team, and they'll be ready to, stand up to their rivals who beat them earlier on in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, they've played each other all. They played 7 games, right? This is round 7. So they've played everyone in the tournament. I'm sure they know who the sort of close rivals are, and these two are clearly very close. I'm hoping for close things, and given we're going live soon, Eames, any predictions for tonight?
Well, it's got to be kept interesting, right? So I think God damn, I need to remember the name. Sammakot are going to win this map, but it's going to be narrow, a narrow win. But I believe in them. Otherwise, there'll be much lower stakes for the second map. So
you're thinking like a 3-2 kind of thing?
Is it 3? It's not 4. No, that's
it's 3. Yeah.
It's still 3. Nothing's changed.
No, it's still the same,
3-2 Sammakot.
Perfect, cool. And I'm going to ask you for a rogue prediction here. Top fragger. Who's going to be picking up the numbers tonight?
In kills or damage?
In kills.
It's going to be Corey.
Damn, that's fucking bold. Well, we're going live, Eames. Do you want to take the first mid away for me, sir?
All right. Yes. So both teams rolling out here. How do Bagel mids go? I think it's pretty cagey to begin with. Blue team heading towards the left, but yeah, kind of nothing happening right now, Condor. They're just posturing.
Yeah, they like to chill. I'm sure we'll see some action around the house soon. As you can see on the right-hand side, Seeds has shifted all the way to his right, and QB and Corey are busting up on the house, and they have control of this right-hand side right now.
Yeah, Seeds almost a little bit caught out there. Someone could have pounced on him if they'd spotted the opportunity, but no, he gets back into position. Still just posturing over point. Alex taking a good amount of damage on point there. Kind of better positioning for Blue as they make their way forward. There's a battle going on in the blue side, blue house, but it's kind of, again, inconclusive. Both teams just prodding and probing. A little bit more cap time for Red, though. How's this fight going to turn out, Connor?
No one's died yet until Alien finally dies on the flank, and now the soldier's down. You've got to be watching your back. Looking QB, he's hunting. 100 on Trump, and he has to force off the Uber.
Yeah, it's a pretty horrible pop for Blue. They can try and get some cap time here, but they don't really want to cap. They're going to have worse spawns if they do. And just a full Uber for Seeds to walk back on. He's going to get forced here, probably. Ooh. Yeah, Seeds does not milk those. In fact, he would have died, so it's a decent pop. But Dagger is going to get caught out as well by the Uber. They've defended the point. Still some decent cap time for Blue, but overall that was a nicely played trade. Getting back in there, getting some frags, and solid start there from Sammakot.
Yeah, you're giving the names here. One thing you have to watch out tonight, Eames, on this map is it caps so fast. As you can see, we've already got like 15-40 seconds off the top of the board, and the scouts will be playing it all the time. They might be sneaking some cap time. Just keep your eyes on it.
Yeah, that's I suppose a little different to Viaduct, which can cap a little slower. But in any case, Blue taken over the point this time with the slightly better spawns. They do actually have a tiny bit of ad. Obviously, as Trub popped early, there's a battle going on in the left house. Players going down both sides. Red battling a bit back onto the point. Inconclusive again here, Connor. What's going to happen in this fight? But they popped early. Trying to get in. Can Seeds survive? Seeds is going to be caught out. Will he live? He will go down. Nicely played there by Dagger. Really seizing that opportunity. It was only 10 or 20% ad on that. Can they now escape? It's the question, but probably going to be able to leave. And as in Condor, we do have a pause.
Yeah, it gives us a bit of a chance to catch our breath, doesn't it, really? My God, that's Koth action for it. It's always just go, 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 go.
Yeah.
But as we saw there, I mean, Seeds, uncharacteristic for the man himself, caught out 95%. Maybe because it is a bit of a mixed team, I won't lie to you. Maybe they're not quite used to playing together. Me personally, as a medic, I would have left main. I'm ready to leave. They knew they had ad, right? But Seeds tries to escape.
I think that's where his scout went. So yeah, they weren't caught in 2 mines there, and Seeds really taking the long route, having to jump over that little fence thing, and just at the mercy of Dagger. So that was you hate to see it, but yeah, maybe lack of coordination there, as you mentioned.
It's good to get back into the game. How was your first 2 minutes of watching the action been? Are you enjoying it?
Absolutely intense, Condog. I mean, goodness me. no downtime in Koth, is there? It's, we're thrown in at the deep end. But yes, it's always they're interesting mids because, well, yeah, nothing happens for a little while, and you're really, I think generally when things start happening, it's on the flanks. Because you see ALX posturing over point, but he's getting tanked. One team gets a bit capped down, the other one gets a bit. But it's more up to the flank players to open things up, it seems.
Yeah, I think a key way to sort of look at it is how the medic is posturing. Who's he buffing? Is he buffing the flank? Are they ready to go before the action comes in the houses? But yeah, as you said, not much is really happening around the point. It's kind of like two demos just looking at each other, kind of carpeting the point. But yeah, house action is the one to watch out for.
Yeah, I'm sort of, in a way, I'm surprised that the teams don't. Well, obviously they stick their medic on the patio area, but they could kind of take over their own house a bit more aggressively because it seems like generally a pretty good position to fight from, or at least to have control over. But yeah.
Well, the thing is, you kind of get caught in this awkward position where if you take your own house, the demo then stops looking at you, or stops looking at the other demo, sorry, and turns its attention to you in the house because it's quite nice. As a demo man yourself,
that is true.
Sure, you can appreciate the nice angle of tossing a couple of stickies into the house.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, you wouldn't want the heels of the demo to go in there, but could be just a nice spot to mark as your own early on. But then again, maybe I'm just showing my bagel noviceness.
Noviceness? No. This is years of playing the game all coming back to you. Giving a different. I mean, you redefined the demo man class as you were telling me earlier, right?
Well, so I've been told. So I've been told that my demo man legacy lives on. People watching my demos, people taking notes as they should be. They need to remember to cool medic every 3 or 4 seconds. That's a crucial one.
Absolutely. You'll never be forgotten.
Yeah, and what else? They need to remember to crouch down stickies and jump at the med. That's another. That is a crucial one.
Yeah. Yeah. Feeding. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like it. Well, however you want to call it, I don't mind.
Feeding, you say, and yet the enemy med is dead. So just think carefully about that. Now, what is happening here in this pause, Condog?
Well, C just fed his little life away. I'm sure J-Max will tell us who's missing. Is it Alien? Is he disconnected like he did earlier? Damn, those Frenchies. Can't trust them with their internet.
Indeed.
But yeah, Trum's looking like he's going to be living. There's not too much. I mean, QB's kind of nearby. He doesn't. Well, I guess Seeger's kind of around the corner, but there's not too much pressure on Trum right now. He's got full health. He should be able to slink himself away.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember. What was the time at the top? My HUD's kind of absolutely gone now. It's pretty. Like, it's parity right now, pretty much, isn't it?
Oh, as we do restart. Alien back in the server. Is Trum going to live? I think so. He's running away. Dagger will live as well. My HUD is still a little bit scuffed with the pause, but well, we're back in this game, Connor.
Yeah, all we need to know is that Trum lived, Seeds died, it's out for the blue team. As they do cap off the point, hopefully the HUD will come back soon and we'll know exactly what's going on.
2 minutes each.
Well, they're expecting Trum to come in with an Uber at some point, or they might just try and hold the point with the Uber. They don't have to go too deep, they don't have to overextend too much. They can just sort of be a threat, the Uber might come, Dagger might come flying in, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and they can use the fact Seed is a medic who's known, once he's caught out, he really does not want to be caught out again, but that can, in the end, mean that he may be baiting a little, and they can just push him out with the lack of heals, so we'll see if they take advantage of that sort of fear factor.
You can see ALX, like Seeds is playing right back on plat. It's not a good place, I think, for medics, I'm more of a main kind of guy myself. But they have come up on this Uber, and they're taking the point for free right now. Dagger needs to be contesting this a little bit more.
Yeah, there is trade-off. It's going to be a trade eventually, but actually Seeds popping very, very late here. They're not even getting forced. This is really nicely milked by Seeds, but will they be able to counter with the frags? Dagger going deep, going to kind of...
Oh, no.
They haven't really got too much out of it, so they dropped a player. Did pop much later, but then in fact the Uber was a bit useless, so there's a bit of an inconclusive one there as the fight still goes on in this house area.
Yeah, they seem to split their minds about who they want to chase. It seemed like Dagger wanted to go into the main, or Alex wanted to go into the main area. His scout went off left to chase Dagger. They ended up trading out demos and then losing an extra frag, but they have come out on top in the end, I think, Red.
Yeah, and 40 seconds down on the clock versus the other team. They want to have a decent hold. They can't just give this up straight away, but as Blue are flooding back onto the point, and in fact, quite poor positioning from sammakot right now, so they're probably going to be giving it up.
But they do have a lovely, lovely house presence on the right-hand side, although they're going to give that right back up, it seems. But they've also got left. Silvers is pretty deep in the left. Good look at maybe some flank plays. So sort of going back and forth over the point here.
Yeah, definitely. As Seeds does pop early, sorry, the other one is traded off. A bit, pretty much even trade here, Connor. What's happening in the middle of the point?
They seem to point them out. They get Gibbers Wagon. It's the first time I said his name tonight. Apparently, he's clearly not having too much impact. But sammakot appear to have taken the point, and they're munching into this 1-minute deficit they have. Yeah,
definitely. It's Blue G6 really they need to take 1 or 2 conclusive fights and they will win this round. So they don't need to. They could do one thing to throw everyone in, or just play it quite slowly. But they just need to make sure they win one fight, and that's pretty much it for the round.
Alien gets picked off. Looks. Oh, Joe's also going to fall. It means that Red have some breathing room to get back into this round now. It's pretty hard to do stuff without 2 soldiers. It's Dagger. Dagger is an absolute mental man. I don't know what he's doing there in the enemy house, and Trum is running way back to spawn.
Well, yeah, so they half took my advice, but they didn't actually get any picks from it. So all they really needed there was 1 or 2 picks so they could re-push with better spawners, but in fact they got pushed all the way back to the last. So now it's an opportunity for Red to make a forward hold, and that could be quite costly for them in just delaying. They could all they need is now, in fact, sammakot just need to delay with 1 fight, and they'll be sitting pretty, really.
Yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing really from Blue here. I mean, they do manage to get out the forward hold, but it was 6 men through 1 door. I want to see them pressuring the flanks a little bit, abusing the house, abusing the main area. But they seem to be getting back into the seams.
Yeah, as we are heading towards crunch time in this match, a really crucial fight here. As Hugie takes the trade in, Uber's popped off, Seeds flashing once. It's pretty even. Hugie heading back to his side. How will this fight play out? The question is all about the after positioning, as Red have pretty well buffed coming in from the valley area, as perhaps Blue have overextended a little, but it's Seeds goes down. Connor, huge stuff.
Yeah, the health from Blue wasn't looking good, but they looks like they managed to focus fire them down, and we're coming down to as you said, crunch time, 10 seconds apiece. I think this round could be over. Eames looks like it could be going the way of Blue. They might have one more chance on Red to see what they can make happen, but it's looking pretty tough.
They need to get straight on point. Dagger needs to just put some 6 down, but yes, he's done well enough and just to sit on point there. So yeah, very back and forth round. It looked for a second like Seeds and Co are going to manage it, but no. G6 taking a nice early lead in this one.
Yeah, I think 2 crucial deaths from Seeds during the round. The death on 95% and that death at the end there kind of cost this team. Obviously you can't all put it on the medic, but we are back onto mid for our second round.
Indeed we are, as perhaps a little bit more aggressive here from Dagger this time. Just sitting around, seeing what's up. Seeds on patio this time, not getting caught out in that way he was last time. But both teams posturing. No one really wanted to go into the flanks either. It seems like both teams may be about to play the point. But yes, the pressuring, good positioning from the scouts on Red. But in fact, they will get taken down by Dagger, so that's an early pick. They could go off that. Great cap time though, and that will, well, that's nice for them, even though they're probably going to lose this fight.
It looked pretty good for Red at the start of that mid. They had both houses, but Dagger with a little sticky sink. And so was it Corey, I believe, just turns the frag in their favor. As Seeds in a bit of a nervy position right now with Alien behind him, he does get forced off.
Yeah, this was a very wonky push out. They didn't really want to be heading into Dagger's stickies there. It's not great pop from Trum. He will save Dagger. Alien's going to go down. Oh, will he? He surely must die on the left. But in fact, they're not chasing him very well. Finally, he'll get picked off. But that wasn't the most brilliant counterpop after that fantastic force from Seeds. But now it's going to be a pretty much even fight.
Yeah, I don't mind it. You can maybe catch stuff. You can maybe turn into a forward hold. It didn't ending up that way, but Red, they love taking position in this left house. QB and Corey, I think they're working very well together. They're clearly talking, even though QB does get picked off, but they're trading frags out, and the time's ticking up for Blue, though, so they're almost a minute ahead at the moment.
Here's some flank action. Still trying to bomb round to fight someone from behind in the house. It's going to be even frags traded, but obviously better spawners for Red not having the point right now, so they're going to come swarming back onto the point, and Dagger and Co just going to have to back up. They don't want to get caught here, as Alex does come in, get a great frag onto Gibbers Wagon. In fact, they're all staying in from far overstaying their welcome, as Trum will just about live, but those are some kind of unnecessary deaths there, going to delay their refighting wave.
Yeah, it makes it hard, Sills was down. I don't think they could really set up the forward hold until they gave away these 3 frags. And now it's going to be pretty hard for Blue to make their way out. They are 30 seconds ahead. They've busted it wide open, actually. I may have misspoke, but Alien goes down in the interim.
And, and that's all right. I mean, that's all. In fact, 2 picks. That was really unnecessary from Chiga. But in any case, well, wow. Okay, they're coming in dribs and drabs here, Connor, and they're not really. They could have even with that pick, they could have just forced them to back up because there was one spawner still to come for sammakot. But as it happens, not really a properly coordinated attempt to break that forward hold.
Yeah, I mean, as I was telling you earlier, these are like two sort of maybe top Div 1 teams. They're maybe not quite the top Prem caliber. So, you know, maybe the communications are a little bit off. As G6 sort of attempts to come out the top left area, which is a little bit unseen.
Through.
This is crazy.
So yes, much worse Uber here for Trum. He's going to actually get out pretty much alright with his team, but the question is, can they now get back in probably from another door? As they do have a frag, they should be able to make a lot of space. They're actually all pretty healthy coming back in, and yeah, look, Season's boys are going to have to back up. Silver's getting an arrow, but they've been pushed back
on QB.
pretty heavily.
QB from the back though. I don't think they know. Oh, they do know. They've seen him. He gets fully denied. But Silver's using the detraction. Could work with this. They're all feeding in. Alex has bombed in too. They really want this Trum frag, and Trum's going to live.
Yeah, they had some good damage. They really wanted to follow up from QB, but in fact, you know, just running into that big yard area, there was plenty of space to kite, and what could have been them chasing for good frags was actually just a bit of feeding. So nicely played to kind of bait them in there from Trum and the boys.
Oh, ALX picks up both scouts with a couple of lovely sticky traps. This is Alien from the backside though. Seeds a little bit overexposed right now. Some lovely jukes. He has no scout with him. Oh, and it's absolutely saved by QB.
How is Trum living right now? What is going on? Trum just dodged both scouts. That was insane! Trum had 2 scouts trying to kill him. They were just both missing. He threw his mouse in a million directions and somehow lives with 2 scouts and a Sully chasing him. That was absolutely insane from Trum, my boy. Great play from the Hungarian medic.
Yeah, we're seeing some good things from both medics at the moment, but Red have ended up with this forward hold. Are Blue going to go for this trade again from main? I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's a decent pot from Seeds there. He could have been caught out easily from that. Uber's traded off pretty much even. Trum and the boys are going to be heading out onto patio. Where will this fight end for Red? They're heading back onto point now. They want to take it from a little bit further back, but that means Blue have broken the forward hold successfully, and now it's kind of their move to say how they want to take this fight.
Oh, that's a huge rock themselves. Picks off Gel. I would have liked to see a bit more of a collapse from Red on the end of that Uber. You know, 4 grouped up players on that patio. Blue are still trying to fight this while 2 down. I guess Red, the clock is ticking down. They've got 20 seconds left. Dagger might go down here on the side. He's dodging and ducking and weaving, but he does manage to live. But with 15 seconds on the clock, it's going to be pretty hard for them to get back into this.
Yeah, definitely. They do have a decent spawn wave now, but they need to take this fight really quickly. The only silver lining is there's a little bit of time on point, so they could, you know, just about touch it and delay this fight. Yeah, making a lot of space into the right house here, in fact, as they run through and kind of a little bit of pushing out there from Season's boys, really. They kind of just let them have the point, but they will be off in a decent situation for a refight, but it is a 10% ad. They could actually get onto Seeds right now if they're quick. As, in fact, Seeds is super weak, Alex is weak. They're taking a lot of damage, but in fact, that capping the point there, maybe it was wise from sammakot, because it's going to be much worse spawns now for Dagger and the boys.
Yeah, Blue played that pretty well. They have lost both scouts. Maybe Gibbous-Wagon and Seagull showing their inexperience here. As they had 6 red players on the field, and I think they're probably going to have to cap this off. Oh, almost a nice air shot from our boy Selves, but it does go the way of the red team.
Yeah, that was really smart actually from Seeds and ALX. They just backed out. They didn't quite have Uber. They let them have the point, just got 1 or 2, you know, trade frags as they took the point, and then just, you know, waited for that spawn wave to come in, and it was just, you know, easy from there, really, with no scouts on them, on G6.
Yeah, for this mid, I want you to have a little look at what Corey and QB do. Like, they get a delayed buff, and I think there's going to be some more house action, and I think they're going to try and abuse this the side where Alien is. As Blue are deciding to go in themselves, they're bombing right over it, and they pick off ALX.
Yeah, Alex getting a little bit caught out there, but it was kind of still a bit of a wonky bomb from these Solis going kind of 2D without their team, so I think there's going to be decent health advantage for Seeds and his boys, but yeah, it's quite a scrappy fight now. It depends what happens in this right area as frags traded all around, Connor.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing from Red. The house control is really nice. I think Blue needs to kind of abuse Sylves a little bit more. He's on his own, he's isolated in his own house. Whereas Corey and QB, they're very much fighting together on their side, but Blue, they're very much too focused on the center, I think. Too much, I don't know, something's missing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think if you have 2 Solis bombing pretty much over point, landing in the enemy's patio, I think it's just that's too far for your scouts to go to try and follow up, and they've got a decent amount of damage, but at the end of the day, they lost, well, one of them died, they lost a lot of position for it, so it just didn't really work out in their favor.
As Blue, they go for a double Sully in the left-hand house, or their own house, as it's colloquially known. That's a nice rocket onto the scout on point. Gibbous-Wagon takes a 1v1 against Sylves, and a little bit of solo play there as he picks off Sylves, and maybe we'll see a trade coming out soon.
Yeah, it's nice stuff from the up-and-coming Gibbous-Wagon, making his mark on, well, this Prem-ish competition, as we see a nice trade from Seeds. It's much actually better Uber for Trum. Will they be able to chase? Hugie getting out on the left. Seeds is just about making it out alive, so it's kind of even here, and it will but turn over to blue as Red have sacrificed a lot of position to with that worse Uber.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a little bit more chase out from blue. As QB comes to the backline and picks up Trump somehow in the interim. I don't quite know how he's got in there, but I want to see Seeds playing nice and safe right now. I don't want to see him get picked off. You know, I want to consolidate the Uber advantage. And as Dagger's doing some crazy stuff on the left-hand side.
Yeah, you know, Seed is just screaming at his team not to go too far forward right now, but it is sensible because at any point they could have just sacked all their players onto him with, you know, no medic, nothing really to lose, but they're just going to slowly take the point, use the heal advantage, and take it back. And now the real question here is how will they use this Ubrad? Will Trum and his boys be able to take out Seed before he gets it in some kind of sack wave, or otherwise will Seed just use it onto them and make use of it?
Honestly, I'm hoping they don't use it. I kind of want to see them to... what is that? Okay, there's some crazy stuff going on in the red house. I've never seen a demo go... wait, they take the Uber in.
They pop in, and Trum goes down. Huge. Really taking the opportunity, as I said. Nicely played, and fights going on in the backline, but at the end of the day, Seeds is probably going to live unless Dagger can pull off a miracle here.
Give us Wagon!
Oh,
he picks him off!
Huge stuff. Seeds caught between a rock and a hard place there. Dagger behind him, and Gibbous Wagon, well, ahead, I guess. And yeah, Seeds just not able to make it out, even though there's only 2 alive, so that was almost clinical from them. But still, they've taken a lot of time off the clock there, haven't they, Condog?
Yeah, I really thought we were going to have a time to breathe there. I thought Red might step a bit foretold. But it looks like Blue, they're going to get back into the round. They're down a minute and a half. You know, they've got time to sort of burn right now. And hopefully they're going to use the sort of 30-40 Rads wisely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the question is how tightly are they going to hold this forward hold? Dagger's not really getting supported here, so the question is, are they going to lock them in? But currently, Red not really looking like they want to push through. They're fearing Dagger. They've got a lot of the stickies clear, so they could really walk through. He's not watching it properly, so they should, they're coming in now. But the question is, will Trum now use his advantage to get onto Seeds? He could do, or otherwise he could just delay. But they are a little bit down in time in the round, so they could go to Dagger bobs deep. He gets onto Corey. Seeds, however, is back all the way in spawn, so 3 frags. Nice use of it, but at the end of the day, will be a full ad for Seeds in a few seconds to come back in with those spawners. Yeah,
I like the thinking from G6. You know, there was definitely potential there, but I mean, you know the players at this sort of level. You know it's Seeds. You know he's never going to be caught there. He's all the way out. He's back at spawn. You know, he was literally building with Corey. So they're going to be able to come back in with this full Uber advantage. They're going for a little bit of a setup here with Gel and hiding in a little corner, seeing what he can find. Although Red has come through the other door and he's absolutely oblivious to the fact.
Yeah, they're kind of just delaying them. Nice trap from Dagger to delay on the point as well. They haven't really played for a force properly, so they're kind of letting them in a bit. I don't really love that because they could have, you know, they didn't meet them at the choke points, kind of just let them walk in. But now it seems like Trum and the boys are just going to wait for Trum to get Uber. But in fact, Caesar's popped in. Dagger is going to get taken down. Will Trum live? Yeah, he's wise to that this time, so that's nice. And they can come back in pretty soon with spawners again as his team has taken point.
Yeah, we're sort of flip-flopping about, and they've used through main. I'm not sure about this Soldier Uber. This is a bit wonky. I don't think they're going to be catching anything here.
Yeah.
And Red, they're looking for the quick re-entry. Dagger's still not here. He's a late respawn.
As Jelly is in behind on the flank, it's a little bit scrappy here, but just going back to that Uber, yeah, absolute chaos here. Connor, so weak on Red, but they're going to have to leave. And yeah, you can see the idea from Trum, but in fact, Seeds was already afraid that he was going to do that and had run all the way out, so they could have just walked straight in.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a second here. I mean, it's very back and forth. The clocks are almost identical, 40 seconds apiece. Seeds does have a slight advantage. I'm not sure if he'll know. I'm not sure if they'll be looking to use it. We could sort of see a trade come out here. But yeah, team's just sort of chilling, breathing for a second, getting their respawns. As Alex he's taking some nice position on the point now, though.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of early pops in this game. That seems to be the way both teams want to play it. As in fact, no, this time Seeds is going to let them get it. It's going to be a trade of a point, probably soon with Dagger. It's a little bit inconclusive. They're toying with each other here, Connor. But, well, yeah, QG is going to be a trade now, I think. And the question is who gets the better end of it.
It's come out pretty well. There's one pick for QG. But the red team, they are missing ALX in this post-fight, so they're not going to be able to fight around the point as easy as the Dagger squad. But Alien has control of the blue house right now, and as both red soldiers appear to be going aggressive, Silves, this might be a feed, but QB's following them up, might be able to find 2 frakes into this.
Yeah, as Blue sitting kind of in the valley, not quite sure if they want to recommit. They just want to wave their spawners, but soon they will have a nice wave. It's only 5 seconds if they're going to have to start getting on the point. It's 4v4 right now. Only one scout alive for them, as Dagger is pretty weak, but they've got some decent cap time, so they can delay this. And the spawners will start coming back in. But Alex just knowing they all have to stay grouped up more or less on the point here, and but it will finally be retaken, so that's good for them for a second. But the spawners are going to come in. There's just about enough time for another spawn wave. But this fight is absolutely crucial now, Condog. Who's going to get the first advantage?
I mean, Red are missing both scouts. It's going to be hard to find any frags in this. And Dagger is fully reloaded. He's got 4 pipes, he's 8 stickies. He's unloading on them right now. There's so much damage. She's has to pop off. He's 50 health. Alex is out of the fight. There's only really one scout in this. It's going to be hard. It's a 6v5. QB's caught behind. I can't see this going Red's way.
No, 2 picks already, and the third, yeah, it's curtain for Red surely now, as Seeds will just have to back out, and you know, those early picks just being snowballed into a better fight, but that were another, wow, really close round there, Condor.
I am sweating. What a close end to that third round. I didn't know which way I was going to go. I thought Seeds, you know, arguably the better medic on the server. I thought he'd keep the heals going around, firing off those bows. I thought they might take control, but in the end, our good boys on G6 have taken that third round as we go to our 4th mid here.
Indeed we do, and yes, the question I think on this mid surely has to be who is making use of the side rooms better, the flanks, as they're also known, and well, inconclusive again, but I think probably the blue getting the best of it. Seeds and his boys sitting pretty passive on patio, whereas the rest of them are just, you know, Sylvs, well, I don't know what his bloody name is, but anyway, whichever soldier it is on the blue team, it was not Sylvs, it was Alien, taking a lot of room there.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this play where Red, they sort of sit on this patio area. It's very easy to munch spam there. Now they're kind of on this low ground down the bottom left. We're going to see a trade come out soon, I assume, from Huge. But yeah, I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the mids from the red team.
Yeah, they kind of don't, the core team minds don't really know where they want to go. As they lose 2 players again. I mean, this was, I think Huge wanted to take it in there, but Seeds wasn't really with him. They didn't have great early damage. You know, they'd lost their buffs already, and so nothing really to go on. So Seeds kind of maybe wisely not wanting to use the Uber there, but Huge probably going to feel a little bit baited as he kind of led the charge and then just, you know, then just died on his own.
Yeah, it was pretty nice to play from Dagger. You know, he's had those stickies synced over the top. What on earth from Sylvs? That is unbelievable. I'm not sure what these trades out of the forward holds are. I'm more of a kind of bust out the right hand side, the big open door. But it appears to have worked. He gets a frag,
Sylvs in.
Uber out.
Yeah, Sylvs trying to flank there, but actually gets the airshot, but he's going to make his way back to his team. Yeah, a decent trade is going to bust his team back into this round as they are down almost a full minute, and they're going to need to win a fight pretty soon. They do have a better spawn wave, so they should be able to push them out, but Dagger, you know, playing aggressively on point, trying to just delay them, getting some decent damage. He just needs to, well, Red just need to make sure he can't kill anyone and just slowly bully them out with these frags, but currently they're putting up a pretty stiff resistance.
Yeah, I want to see them kind of reset, get together. I want to see them go as 5. I'm seeing very much a lot of 1 by 1 by 1 right now. Whereas you can see blue team right now, Dagger's reloading. He's looking at his medic. He knows Trum is right with him. And now they're coming forward together. He's raining down stickies on these enemies. QB goes down on the sidelines. And I think blue are going to get the better end of this fight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that fight happened even before the Ubers came in, really.
Oh,
Seeds,
no!
Will Seeds live? No, I don't think so. Seeds is going to get caught by Jelly, and even, you know, I think Seeds and his team were waiting for the Uber exchange, but, you know, G6, they didn't care. They just went ahead and took the fight before that even was really a factor. The Uber did get popped off, but it didn't really matter. They pretty much already won the fight, Condor.
This is so uncharacteristic of Seeds, you know, again, 90%, you don't expect him to be getting caught out in these situations. He's one of the wisest mates of the game. As they're going for this top left push again, it appears blue are giving up the foretold very easily. I'm not quite sure why they've done that, but Red have made their way in, they're through the foretold, and blue are so passive right now.
Yeah, sitting all the way back. I mean, I think maybe it's wise, you know, not to take too many risks as they are super far ahead in this round. They can just sort of sit around here in the valley, heal up a bit, and they will have a slightly better spawn wave, come start walking back in. But yes, it's the kind of risk that Seeds and his boys need to start taking. Oh, that's a huge force. Drum just about dodging the airshot, but he's still going to have to force anyway. And that means Seeds will have a full advantage to take back in here, but they need to get a huge amount out of this Uber when it does finally come in. In fact, they pop now. I think it's a bit too early. They're not going to get the med here. They might just pick up this soldier, but no. Oh, they will finally get the soldier.
Look at Gel,
but
into the backlines on Seeds.
That's a nice from Seeds to stay alive. So in fact, with some kind of flank players feeding a little bit there, that Uber was better than expected.
Yeah, I think Dagger's going to go down as well. Oh my god, Seeds juking for his life. Managed to dodge that last pipe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure blue really needs to feed 4 here. I think they could have just maintained control, because red, they had to use out the forward hold. But they are walking back in with a QB frag, and I want to see what they can get done here.
Yeah, definitely. They've got space, they've got ad, they're feeling pretty confident. Tails up, just wandering in now, but Hugie rather, putting up some decent resistance on point. But Dagger really, he can just start walking over with. In fact, they got it right now. They could just pop into them as they have been doing on map. Will they do it? Yeah, Trump pops, taking it over the point. Will Alex be caught? Probably. There's a huge amount of damage from the Zuba, but Seeds has got it in 10 seconds or less. They will take the point, but now Seeds can have it and perhaps pot straight back into them.
It's going to be pretty hard without ALX. They don't have that catch or the damage that they might normally have. It might be some sort of double scout. Seeds going backwards though. Nice little surf inside. He might have to use this anyway. He does get forced off by Alien. And that's 2 soldiers for the Force. I don't mind it. They're going to get the point back. But it's a minute and a half each. They've got to come back into this round.
Yeah, it's tough for them. They need to have some pretty flawless fights in the next few minutes, but they will push super aggressively onto them. Trying to take out Trump. Actually, that was huge. That was really, really nice aggression. I don't think Dagger was expecting this, and just using that slight health and player advantage there to just really push onto them on the patio and really catch them out.
Yeah, I'm not sure I saw it correctly, but I think Corey got 2 kills with 1 shot. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know, but that's what it looked like. But yeah, Seeds 50% ad now. They've got a minute and a half. It's got to be, as you said, flawless. Blue can play this as easy as they like. They can send sack waves. They can just cap the point out right now, as there is no pressure from ALX on the point.
Yeah, ALX needs to, really show his stuff. As Seeds, here's a nice surf on the Solly. He's gonna live. In fact, that's really nicely played by Seeds. Both Sollys went for him, but he's able to survive, get out with
Blue
the
capped.
fight. They've capped, but I don't think this is wise. It's going to be a decent recap. It's not even going to go down to 0 seconds, quite only to 0.1 or 1 seconds rather. So that's actually really good for Seeds and the boys because they have full ad now, and the point. Anyway, yeah. It's not at 0.
I don't mind it, but as we've seen throughout the entirety of the game so far, this point it caps off very fast. All it takes is Seeds. He's the guy who's going to be back in the door. They send a sack wave, they cap behind the point. You've got to be aware of this. Seeds is going to be a little bit uncomfortable, I think, in the next sort of 30 seconds.
Yeah, they got to decide do they want to go before Trump gets it or not. I think they're probably just going to delay, but it's inconclusive. But yeah, Trump wisely just waiting around, and now it's just going to be a trade. This fight is going to be crucial, but the question is who gets the better end of the trade from the beginning.
I'm going to be keeping my eyes on Gibberswagon in this trade as he comes over the point with his boys Dagger. They've not popped out yet. Seeds pops off first. Trump still has a Zuba. They finally pop this off, and Gibberswagon needs to really make the most out of the Zuba. He's chasing out the scout. They could just cap, and this could be a win right here if they focus it.
Absolute chaos on point as they are all diving in, but in fact that's it. And wow, okay, so G6 making it work, capping it up, and taking the map, kind of.
Yeah, was that your prediction? I honestly can't remember.
No, it was 3-2 to Seeds and his team.
Damn, and that's why did Corey top frag? We can.
Well, let's have a look. But well, we can calm our beating hearts there
Good.
for a second.
I'm glad you said it, my God, man.
Because
I've got to stop talking.
Yeah, and let's take a slightly more leisurely look at the logs. But one of the things that we can say is that has, I hate to say, lowered the stakes a little for the next map, because that means congratulations to G6. They have made it into the qualifiers.
You are absolutely right, James. I hadn't even realised.
With a solid 14 points.
Wow.
And so this map, well, it's playing for pride.
So it's going to be a garbage 30 minutes, is what you're saying?
I didn't say that, Convic.
Okay, I'm just reading it in between the lines, I suppose. But, well, I've had a little look at the logs, and it's not often you see a scout top damaging with over 100 DPM more than anyone else on the server.
Wow.
Hugie was putting in a performance, and he lost. That's the worst thing.
Hugie going huge, but not enough.
You've been waiting to say that, haven't you? You've spent the last 30 minutes just absolutely wanting to get that one off your chest.
That just occurred to me right then, actually.
Good lord.
As I have crashed, but so I can't see the logs right now, but what can you tell me about them, Condog?
I mean, ALX not having as much success as Dagger, let's put it that way. He's kind of struggling, 5 kills. Ooh. I saw some good moments from him. There were some definite good moments. He killed 2 scouts in like 1 sticky trap at one point, so the fact that he's getting 3 other kills across the other 3 rounds is not looking great. Whereas Dagger raining down hell with 17.
Interesting that Dagger actually took 388 DPM, so about 40 DPM more than he dealt, but he was actually fragging quite well. So even though Trump was just keeping him healed up and he was having impact, despite obviously one of the key metrics as a demo is always can you do more damage than you take, so you're being a bit efficient for your team, but overall it didn't seem to matter too much.
Yeah, the DE, as the kids are calling it these days, damage efficiency.
Are they? Is that real?
Ixie made up something like this, I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, it's interesting that the blue soldiers, even though they won 3-1, are having pretty abysmal KDs, 920, 823, and they are struggling a little bit, it feels. But maybe it's just space, you know? You don't see the meters squared on the logs anywhere. So they're clearly doing something right.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, if you look, I mean, it's interesting, you know, in terms of damage dealt, almost 4k more from, or exactly 4k more, pretty much, from QB and his team. So, but yeah, just not quite converting on the frags, it seems.
Yeah, I think honestly, this could be down to a couple of mistakes from seeds. These sort of 2 deaths on 90% and 95. I think it really cost them, honestly. You know, at the start of the first round, that could have been their way back in. But yeah, they've ended up somehow conceding 3 rounds. Was it on the trot? Did they not win the first round? No, until I lie. They went 1-0 down, came back, and then they lost 3-1. Yeah.
Right. Yes, they did. They're asking me, but you know, it was all just a blur before my eyes. So, but yes, we did just watch that match, and we know exactly what happened.
Yeah, we were there. We were absolutely there.
Yep.
But I mean, Eames, even though it's going to be, I'm not sure if the teams are aware of the stakes and if that one of them's out. But I think we're still going to be seeing quite an intense second map here. I don't think the team's going to give up. There's not going to be any funny off-classing. I think they're still going to be back and forth. They're going to be trying, and I'm hoping for a good 30 minutes of gameplay.
I mean, sammakot are going to be, you know, a bit salty after that map, as we said. You know, doing more damage, getting 4 more kills as well. You know, there were quite a few sort of marginal situations that they got on the worst end of, so they're really going to want to, you know, make their mark on this one and show that they can beat G6.
Do you think there'll be any finger pointing? I mean, Hughie, you go 27-9, you top damage the server. You're going to be a little bit underwhelmed with your demo, man, aren't you? You're going to be like, Alex, you know, where are you? You know, what's going on?
Quite possibly, yeah. Yes, I mean, I think that is one of the things about Koth maps is that you can, like, at the end of the day, the frags are what matter. And well, the frags are at important times. But if you're doing, you know, getting spam damage all the time and that's all, then that might not necessarily be what you want. You need to get the frags at the right times.
Yeah, it's not the key crucial damage. Eames, as we just said, we're going live in 30. Can I pick your brains? What do you remember about Snakewater? Is there anything you sort of want to see on this map, on the first mid, perhaps, that you haven't seen in a while?
Well, I think you might have named this one, Connor, along with your pal Ams. I want to see a left side chunky.
Nah, you're kidding me. I mean, I don't know if the young kids these days will know what that even means.
Well, yeah, they're probably always playing this silly passive stuff, but left side chunky, it's pretty simple. You just all run over the left, and then if they're on the hut, then you just put them in the bin. That's kind of the plan. So let's see what happens. But I don't think, while Alex rolling out to the right, it's not looking like it. But yes, why don't you take it away, Condog, for this first mid?
Yeah, Eames, I'm hoping on this mid. I don't want to be seeing the sort of cagey stuff we saw last time. It's Alien already sending a high bomb. He's landing all the way on top. He's actually curving off. I'll tell a lie. There's a lot of curving going off from these blue soldiers. They're still also curving off. No one seems to want to commit right now.
Yeah, some EU-style bendy bananas. We don't like to see it, but as any case, much worse positioning from G6 as they just kind of sitting on the floor. Alex bullying his way over point as really the sammakot Solly is getting the better of that engagement, just maintaining their health much better. As we saw the early bomb from Alien, he kind of tried to fake him out a bit, but really just lost a load of health in his high bomb and didn't really get much done for it. Whereas Sylvs counter-bombed, shot at the Sollys and went back, and then they decided to fall off the high ground.
Ooh. Yeah, Seems was very much the better use of the health, but Huge does get dropped by Siege in an uncharacteristic play there. And Trump has retained his Uber, and they're going to be looking to take this deep from lower by the looks of things.
Yeah, I was expecting it to go into stalemate there, but no, it was not. It was a slightly strange, walk in and Seeds got forced and dropped his pocket scout. You know, it's really not what you want to see. That's the kind of thing that Huge will be complaining about as now Trump and his boys just walking in completely free. Jelly will die randomly somewhere on the flank, but it's going to be pretty much a free point. But the question is, will they go? They kind of need to slow down a little here, as they're only 4 pushing. They want to wait for that kappa, but in fact. Alex is really letting them walk all the way in. I don't like this at all. They're 4 players. They need to recognize this and get the force, but they're letting them walk all over them. Dagger's just wandering in.
Look at the flank, though, Eames.
that's true. Corey coming in behind him will take out Alien, so now this could be difficult for Trum. He's got players behind him. Will he get forced here? But again, the combo, in fact, no. He will get forced. Okay, so it's nice play from the flank, but ALX and Seeds had absolutely no pressure on them for that entire point and didn't put up any fight at all, Condog.
Yeah, but it appears they fed 2 blue Sullies into lobby here, and it could be a fairly free push-up from Red. It appears they're going to take their time. Corey and QB are going to be spawning soon. They've got 70 ad. I'd like to see them push this out. Some teams, snake or last, they choose not to. But this looks enough as Huge is coming through. Alien, just a solo Wolo bomb. I'm not sure what this is going to yield.
Yeah, again, I mean, Dagger kind of doing what ALX there.
See, gets a last!
Did. Oh, that's he has back up on the last. Will it be blocked in time? QB's on him. No, in fact, it's nicely played by the flank, but it's a little bit chaotic. Seeds does get forced. They will get some pretty good frags, so Trum and Gibbswagon are going to be heading out, but they can probably use the Uber back onto mid in a little while when they get the spawners. But at the moment, Red making their way solidly onto mid.
Yeah, it's really hard to know where to position my camera. You know, there's people going behind on both sides with the flank into Saw. We had Seeger run to last. But yeah, as you said, Trum coming up on his full Uber now. Is that? I thought I heard a crit then for a second. I'm losing my mind. But yeah, 50 yards. Let's see where they bring it in from.
Yeah, definitely. As they look to be heading in through Saw here, will they go top? Will they go lower? I think ALX has got he got very passive stickies on lower. Sun 6 on catwalk. Oh, that's nicely played actually. Okay, well, is it nice? It was a bit of a clownish moment, but it's a nice depth from ALX to take out Dagger. Slightly unexpected trap. He really should have been flash jumping through there, but that means they can walk straight back in, and the flank is huge.
100 onto Seeds. It's a great force from Alien.
But the back cap's on, Connor, and they're both going to last Corey and QB. They're making their way all the way through. Can QB stop them? Will it even matter? They're just going to get all the way onto it, and it's just about made it. QB still dying in that post game, but that was a huge flank play from QB and his boy Corey.
Yeah, I guess with Alien slinking behind to get the force onto Seeds, he's left the door wide open for our boy Corey and QB. And they flooded through and found a lovely back cap. As it looks like they're trying to get back into this, our boys on Sammakot. As we go away to our second mid. I'm hoping to see a little bit less toppy-turvy, curvy, whatever the fuck that was last mid, because that was really hard to watch.
Indeed. We want going straight in. Yeah, none of that rubbish. But the question is, what will? Is Silv's looking pretty healthy top left here? He's trying to. Yeah, both Solly's kind of fighting for the high ground. Silv's going to high bomb now. He's committing pretty hard onto a Solly again. Going to go behind. Silv's making his job to just fight the soldiers only, and that's actually working. He's ignoring the rest of the team, but just making space. As Trum's going to have to leave, but Silv's still all the way in behind. Have they noticed him? He's getting onto them. He's so weak, but in fact, Trum is making his way out just about. So that was nicely played by Trum there to survive. But really solid mid from Silvs, even if he didn't quite get the mid.
Yeah, he played it really well. He got a nice kill onto Alien. You know, he's we call this the Rons these days, where you bomb soldiers. But he's managed to make it work for him. And this 100 rocket from QB onto Trum just now has made it impossible for Blue to fight second. And we're gonna be able to catch our breath, breathe a little bit as we enjoy a nice snake water last hold.
Although not for the too long, as QB will come in. Oh no! Oh, in fact, no, they are actually busting through. Dagger's just letting them wander all the way in, so they've got a lot of space for a potential force here. Trum's going to get popped up. Oh, please don't say Seeds get forces. Oh no, Seeds going to get forced. Okay. Well, anyway, it's a trade, Connor. What's going on?
It's not too bad. I mean, Seeds, they're going to pick up one frag. They might get Seeger as well. 20 health, that scout juking around. Huge sacrifices life by diving in the point. I'm not sure I like that. They could have played the 5v3. Gibbswagon is absolutely styling on them right now. He's going to have a third. Sills might be the one to be able to clutch this out, but no, not at all. That was quite something.
QB will hide in the corner top right. Will someone spot him? The point is pretty near to be cat. He could take out Dagger here. Dagger hasn't seen him, but in fact, it's it's unlucky timing for QB. But just going back to that, Seeds should never have been popping there. That was really poor play. They should have got the force on the left. They were never going to win the fight after they forced, and that's quite an elementary mistake. But it's a shame that that's still happening in this day and age, Connor.
Yeah, but honestly, it was a nice play from Gibbswagon. He clearly won the 1v1 with Huge on the point, and then as he's busting. Gibbswagon is holding no restraint. As somehow Corey comes to the back lines and gets the back.
Yeah, wow. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I suppose they had a decent fight on last, but yeah, it was obviously a huge play by Gibbswagon to make it as favourable as it was, and Corey just is capitalising on it. But still, I stand by my analysis. It was not textbook TF2 to get forced there when they went in for the force, but nevertheless they made something of the fight just about, and Corey kind of chaosing his way to victory with the second back cap.
Yeah, the 2 rounds on the board for our boys on Sammakot, and let's keep eyes on Silvs this time, as both Blue Soldiers are absolutely sending it straight onto Seeds. Lovely jukes from Seeds so far. He's even been taken down to half health. As Blue, they're not finding too much with their bombs. Silvs is going to get 2 on the fucking counter. but Blue, they're just going to have to lead this. And it looks like it's going to be a mid for sammakot.
Yeah, I think Sylvs and Jelly and Alien wanted to commit a bit more, so they didn't get bombed by Sylvs, but they weren't really able to quite as much as they thought. Dagger wasn't really supporting them too much, as Sylvs absolutely puts Dagger in the bin there with a huge bomb, and that's going to set up the second for them. They could just about contest as they really want to, but it's going to be a tough ask for them to pop through this door and trade, so no, they're just going to turn tail and run back to last. But yeah, nice chase onto Sylvs, onto Dagger, and you know, he's really putting his team in his back at the moment.
There's a lovely little direct. I'm keeping my eyes on Gel right now. He's kind of walking up behind into lobby. No one's got the door spotted. He's blown his load way too early. Seeds will have to pop off his Uber. They're going to pick up Gibbous Wagon. It's equal Ubers right now. Where the hell is Trum?
Well, they almost get back cap there. That's so close. They can just touch the point and it will be around, but they might overextend onto it now. Huge is super weak. Gets an arrow. That's huge from Seeds. They could win this fight now. That's saved his med, and all Seeds needs to do is just leave, heal up, and play for this ad now, and they're going to be in a great position for this round.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking a second. I'm seeing things going on in lobby, and they're almost capping last. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they went in for the force, and then he just peeled off and went to the point, and no one noticed for almost, you know, until him capping the point. So yeah, very chaotic. But these trades in, I think, you know, Dagger and his team are not set up that well defensively, and people are just walking through doors and making chaos, and it's working for them.
Yeah, the doors, they're feeling a little bit wide open right now.
Yeah.
But now, obviously, a little bit of Alpha Seeds, about 40%. They're going to try and use this. They're very heavily set up on this right-hand side. No one's building with Trum right now. They've got the level 3. It's a fairly standard one. As Red, they seem to be setting up, and they're going to come in through the shutter by the looks of things.
And they can play the point pretty early now if they want. Alex gets super juggled. He's going to take the sentry down. The Solly could die and spawn if he focuses him down. They should just claim that frag and then move on to the point. They've got a decent ad. They don't have to rush it as they play point heavily. They're all jumping onto it now, but this is time for Alex to feast on them, surely. But point 6 on the point is going a bit even, but yeah, finally they're getting taken down, and this must be around 2 scouts alive, but Seeds just caps it up.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little bit disappointed in Alex there. I saw there were 3 players on the point, and he's kind of shooting the truck area more than the point. You know, he could have been feasting on them a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it comes down to Seeds in the end, and honestly, it could have gone either way. It was a bit of a 50-50 at the end there. But sammakot running away with this.
Yeah, a little closer than it should have been, but overall a solid push, taking down the Solly, taking down the gun, and just playing point early before Trump got it. So yeah, big question for Jelly and Alien now. What will they do in this mid? They've been, you know, jumping hasn't been working, waiting hasn't been working. Can they have, you know, can they get anything done? I think probably they need to just commit more with Dagger as well, as Jelly kind of fails his bomb. But Corey will be taken down, so it's kind of a little bit even here. Dagger wandering over left as Alien dies as well, and yeah, Alex looking like he's just holding the top, pushing people back, as it's a nice aggression in fact from Jelly onto QB, as some huge damage from Dagger. That was going really nicely for G6 for sammakot for a while, but G6 is coming back into the fight, and now it's pretty even.
There's 10% out for Seeds here. Does he want to use this? They're coming up on the Uber right now. He's not healed for a second or two, as we're in this kind of weird, awkward 3 versus 3. Demo or Soldier, I'm not sure what I'd rather have. Huge might go for some sort of trade here. He's been experienced with it on Bagel. But it looks like Red are winning this out until he munches the pipe. Huge could go down here. He's having to retreat, get a little bit of health. And we're basically back on a second mid fight, except with Ubers in play this time.
Yeah, just the advantage of having a demo in this late fight, just really controlling the ground and just pumping out that damage, as they are slowly taking over top. But Alex will be coming back in full ammo now, so that'll be giving an advantage to this refight, as Blue are getting pretty weak. It's pretty even here, but the question is who's going to take the trade. Alex wandering in again. It's about even, and Sylvs making a lot of space behind, getting some damage onto the scouts, but overall I think Caesar and his boys are going to have to leave. No force either there, but really the big problem, just going back a little bit there, was that they had the mid one, but they just ran sammakot, but they just ran at them, even though to try and chase them out, but in fact they should have just let them leave because they got pounced on.
Yeah, Gel really redeemed himself after that. Could have been the worst mid I've ever seen, where he just jumped straight up and fell back down. But he manages to come back into it. He takes 2 frags towards the end of the mid, taking him from a 5v3 into a 3v3. And in the end, yeah, he does manage to turn the tides. His team will take the mid, and we're into our famous Snake Quarter last hold all over again.
Well, maybe it's just the distraction play, Condog, you know. I mean, sometimes you look up, you see a pencil, a sort of wonky aroma jump, and you just think, maybe you go for an air shot, maybe you just think it's funny, but it's cap time onto the point as they are going for a slack immediately.
They're all the way in.
You'd love to see a 4-man, to be honest. Caesar's going to get forced, and they're on the point. Oh, it's so close. Bloody hell, Condog, that was crazy.
Too busy talking. Huge in a 1v1 right now with Sega under. And God, you don't see a 4-man too often, but I love it when we do. I mean, it's basically a 5-man. I wish someone was building the seeds right now. Because, I mean, Trump's going to have 100% Uber advantage, but they're going to have to take 2 points with this if they really want to use this. But I guess with the 4 frags that they got, Hugh just having to leave, they're going to have second anyway. And I hope they use this nice and fast. I don't want to see them sort of taking their time. I don't want them to have like a level 3 gun as they're coming in straight all the way under. And I think Hughes is lagged out. This scout is struggling on the point. He gets flashed just in time. They're going to pick off the scout. Frags are being traded back and forth. Seeds is absolutely lost on the point right now. This gun's doing bits, but it's going to be a round back for our boys on G6. Eames has timed out. You're going to have a solo radio, not a radio cam. You can see what's going on. I'm sure J-Max is keeping things live. But yeah, 3-1. The boys are taking a round back as we're going to make our way to our fifth mid of the game. It's ALX a little bit faster than Dagger this time to mid. As Gel is not looking to feed or do any funny bomb plays this time. I tell a lie, he's straight in. It's a lovely rocket onto Seeds. Alien with a follow-up, they take down Seeds. They're going to be trading frags back and forth. But I'm hoping Trum has made his way out of there. He is absolutely not. He's going to be caught here. It looks like the classic 6 for the medic, which has yielded nothing. Alien might? No, he does not make his way out. So it does look like a mid back for the red team. Is that Eames I hear back?
Oh yeah, I'm here. What happened? Oh, they got the round today. Okay, yeah. So it was looking pretty good when I left, but yeah, my net dipped out, I think. But I'm here.
Don't worry, I had it covered, man. You can leave again if you want. These next 16 minutes, I'm all over it. As QB looks like he's gonna feed. Oh, almost a nice shot from Gel. Eames, it's one of those famous mids where you sack 6 for the medic, you get the medic, but you all die for it.
Yeah, that's not always worth it. As I see, right, so Seeds died, but his team lived, and now he's heading on to second, is that right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's equal Ubers. There is a spy for Gel. Has he come out of spawn? I don't see him. Yes, he is under. He's running back to spawn. And... Okay,
he's heading back.
Yeah.
Go for another go. But yeah, I mean, both these teams have been really proactive in breaking these stalemates. I mean, partly you could say it's the fact that the defenders have been a bit of, haven't been brilliant at holding doors, but still, there's been no waiting around here. It's just, straight in and trying to, sack 5, throw players in, trade. You love to see it.
Yeah, Red, they're looking to kind of bust on this right-hand side for now. They're bringing a lot of beam over here. And these are like the 2 open doors as Gel is on sniper. I hadn't even noticed. Rips off a headshot as they send in 2 sollies. The pyro is reflecting.
Oh,
the solly is getting absolutely nothing with that bomb.
Yeah, I mean, 10 points for trying, but yeah, pretty tragic bomb. Sylv's getting surfed and QB just getting reflected, so pretty difficult. As Alien is in all the way behind right now, he's going to try and get a force onto Seeds pretty soon. He's coming in, hasn't really been spotted. Oh, in fact, he's just going to jump out, but the Seeds is going to have to force anyway. It's not a great Uber. Gibbswagon trading, it will be a little flash, but they're going to have to leave surely as Seeds heading out now. And well, it's a decent trade. They could actually refight now as there's a deep bomb in from Sylv trying to open things up onto Dagger. Huge play on the Dagger. It's inconclusive though in this fight. Seeds getting in. Solly Alien onto Seeds. He's going for the 0% medic. I don't really know why. It's a huge surf from Seeds. Gets out the window exactly. That was brilliant. But they're going to have to leave now. Will Huge be able to meet up with his medic? Probably. Alex just about going to live. And then they've ceded the point for a second. That means Seeds and his boys can come back in pretty shortly. Although 2 players now are on the flank. What will they go for? They're sitting in Saw right now, waiting around, see if they can cause anything. But no. In fact, Seeds sitting on the point, and now they just need to head back and clean up these players behind.
Yeah, I wish they kind of did something a little bit faster on Gibbswagon than Gel. They sort of took their time in Saw. If there was a collapse, it's only a demo on a scout. As Gel goes down the back lines, of course, from before, and Seeds will have a 50% Uber advantage to walk into these blue players on last.
Yeah, it was a nice proactive trade, really. Overall, on the previous point, because they did cap up at the point, but they made them flash quite a lot. As they, in fact, forget that they're coming in with the Uber advantage as well. Chiga goes down to the ALX, nice bomb, and now they just need to push the Heavy back and start playing point. Do they have enough ammo for it? Well, the Heavy's not quite died, so he's using up a lot of their ammo and decent health here on blue to come back in. Dagger's just making absolute chaos. It's pretty even. They're getting onto the point now, though. Need to be blocked. Just 2 sollies. It's so even, but no, in fact, they're going to win it out. So Dagger he made some stuff happen, but he was way out of position, and Chiga dying so early, that was, yeah, that was kind of, put them off on a really bad start there.
Yeah, the huge mistake. You don't really want to see your NG going down at the start of the last push. It's frankly embarrassing, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I wasn't seeing any cap time from the Red Scouts towards the start of this. I was getting a little bit nervous for them. But QB finally makes it around to the point, as you said, Dagger caught our position. As Red are looking to close this out as we get to our 6th mid-fight of the match.
Yeah, definitely. Dagger taking up an extremely weird position in the enemy kitchen for some reason. I don't think he's sort of rotating back through now, so I guess it's okay. But that's a huge opportunity now for Red to push over. As, yeah, Dalexis walks in. He knows that there's no demo there to stop him walking forward. And so, you know, they just completely take over the rest of the map. I have no idea what Dagger was doing there. You know, some sort of Hungarian troll maneuvers or something like this. Trum won't be happy. And it's a complete wipe. Only one player going down.
Yep, huge. Somehow in all that picks up a 4K. He's going to be capping up second. Red are already making their way to last. Alex going to be getting some spawn camping shenanigans on the go. He doesn't kill Trump, who's actually sniping right now. I feel like the blue team may have given up. But Seeds, juking and diving, gets forced up on last. But I'm not sure what they're really going to make with this Uber.
It's a bit of a tragedy pot from Seeds. As 6 players up now, it's going to be really hard for them to take this last with the off class, and Seeds just going to have to leave. But in fact, they're somehow managing to win this fight, even though they started not really from a great position. 3v3 now is pretty even. But in fact, no, Shiga will need to make something crazy happen. Can he beat Silves in the DM fight? No, he can't. So even though it was a slightly wonky pop there, that is GG. It's one map apiece. So some pride saved by Seeds and the rest of Sammakot, but at the end of the day, G6 will be going through in 4th place to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I guess that's the role of Koth in the map pool. It's for teams that maybe aren't so comfortable on the 5 CP maps. Maybe there's an element of G6 they didn't care on that second map. You know, maybe they were just doing their own thing. And yeah, they didn't care, and Sammakot will pick it up. But as you said, yeah, G6 through to our playoffs, and I don't know why I'm asking you this, but is the playoff round next? Is that what's happening at 21? Okay.
I see. Okay.
The whisper in our ear is telling us that it is.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
And who's casting that? Do we know? It's Ben Paul, and Samus. Sorry, and Cerny. Right. So, and is that going to be on the same stream? Do our viewers have to switch over? They don't. So. That means that before long, Connor and I are going to have to scoot our way off the stage. But is that... And indeed, that is quite exactly what's going to happen, I've been told by production. So, Connor, thank you for being my co-caster.
Thank you, Inks, thank you.
And any final words?
No, just a shout out to you coming back. It's been a couple of years. Obviously, shout out to Gladiator.tf for sponsoring the stream.
Indeed.
And to Bud for hosting the cup. And J-Max for being our producer tonight. But yeah, thank you, sir. What about you?
Yeah, shout out to the teams for a very, very frenetic match, if I'm honest. But you know, throwing him at the deep end. I thought it might have been a bit slower on Snakewater, but no, they got it out of the way. And shout out to the rest of the production and the other casters for who are going to cast a great match next.
I've had a whisper in my ear. I believe G6 are tied in 4th, and we still need to wait and see what happens between VNC and Skedder. J-Max, you know, whisper in my ear and see what's going on, because Bud's typing stuff in the Discord. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, so we're all clueless right now, but the whispers in Discord.
Okay, so we have to inform our viewers of this because we've been misinforming them, but it's not our fault. It's because of dear leader Bud. I have to blame him. There's a spreadsheet, but I've apparently been looking at the old version, or rather the version that Bud uploaded, but it wasn't the new version, and that has the wrong scores. So I don't actually know what the situation is, but yes.
He's telling us that G6 and Sammakot are tied for 4th.
Wow.
That's what he's put in Twitch chat of all places. Okay, I mean, wow. Nobody knows what's going on. I guess we're gonna wait for Bud to let us know what the tiebreaker is, because obviously they traded map teams. It wasn't like they drew, as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I guess it goes down to how they've played and fared against the other teams.
Quite possibly.
I guess we'll see what happens.
Okay, well, but we'll figure it out. We'll go to a break, and then we'll figure it out, and then we'll come back, and probably the other casters will tell you what's happening. So anyway, thanks for listening, everybody, and watching, and see you in the next stream.